This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are continuing our war on social distancing, isolation, because of stuff in the world. We are doing battle. We are fighting the good fight here on the CGB channel with jank and nonsense and all kinds of things that are fun in Magic Arena, which we can all play from home. So this is I think the 5th day of Jank Week. I was going to do a 5-day work week of Jank Week, so in theory the final day of Jank Week, and today we are playing a deck I originally called Surprise Mother... This channel's too wholesome for that. Anyway, this is my surprise deck. This deck is built around the idea of discarding some auras that have entered the battlefield abilities like Aspect of Lamprey and Irona's Blessing. When this enters the battlefield, 4 damage to a planeswalker or an opponent. An Aspect of Lamprey, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards 2 cards and the creature gains lifelink. The idea was to get a bunch of these in the graveyard using Thrill of Possibility and Thirst for Meaning to discard them, and then bring them back with Storm Herald, who then attacks with haste and gains a ton of value when it enters the battlefield, creating a big swing in the game, weakening your opponent for the eventual Dream Trawler to devastate them. So it's a Jeskai control deck with an unusual aura-wrapped flavor, and it's very fun. If you don't want to play the Dream Trawler, I wanted also a safe place for my auras to go, because you can make this hexproof. It also discards them, so Dream Trawler fits in the deck really well. But you could also, if you wanted to find room for it, play Archon of Sun's Grace, because this is really funny when you play it and then you play Storm Herald or attack with Storm Herald and trigger it, bringing back multiple auras and making a bunch of Pegasi all at once. But I don't think it's necessary, and I think the deck is better with Dream Trawler, but it's jank, so play what speaks to you. We have a few black sources in the deck, just 2, if we ever have to hard cast the Aspect. But remember, the main goal for these auras, Aspect and Blessing, is to discard them to Thrill of Possibility and Thirst for Meaning, which adds a good amount of consistency to the deck. To control the board, we use Teferi Time Raveler, who is again a hero for jank. It can be used for good, because the biggest problem with this deck, of course, is that you play Storm Herald and the opponent kills it with any instant speed removal spell all the way down to shock. But with Teferi, you have protection. Ooh, light bulb moment. And then we have Birth of Meletus. It's an enchantment that you can discard to Thirst for Meaning, but it also creates walls and keeps you alive and hits your land drops, to go with the Shatter the Sky, which, blowing up the board to buy time and using Elspeth Conquers Death to buy time. It's kind of how this works. And all right, in a perfectly ideal world, you don't even discard these until the opponent thinks they're against a regular control deck, and then on some end step you go Thrill of Possibility, Thirst for Meaning, discard Aspect of Lamprey, discard Irona's Blessing, untap, play Teferi, play Storm Herald, attack, suit up multiples of these, crush your hand, wipe your board. It's a really fun surprise. The historic version runs this card called Prodigious Growth. Yeah. That and the Ancestral Mask that was just introduced in Historic Anthology means, let's see, the biggest I had my Storm Herald in the historic version of this deck was a 58-59. So if you want to see something like that, hopefully I'll get one of those videos on the other channel, the CGB Gaming channel, in the near future. All right, let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Oh, this hand. That Thrill of Possibility is going to have to find me a blue source. But since it does have Thrill of Possibility, I feel like I can keep it. Without it, I would be scared. Alright, get the red source ready for next turn. Black-white. Well, you are no fun. You ruined the surprise. But what do they pick? They're just taking the thing I would play next turn, so I can't progress a game plan. I see what you did there. So, Agonizing Remorse number 2. Like any good discard mage. You gotta hit them with the tilting card, and then you hit them again. Yep. And now they go after Teferi. Sure. Alright. Thirst for Meaning. I'll discard the Aspect. Possibly herald it back, depending on if the opponent has mana open. Wow. They're just brutal here. Let's do this now. Drop you off. Looks like we can safely drop off a land. Our concerns about coming up short on mana are unfounded. If only I still had that thrill. If I could have discarded this, it would have been nice. Do I make my opponent discard 2 cards? Okay. Well, they might have a Doom Foretold. That would do. That would kill the Herald. I guess that's fine. So, bring back Aspect of Lamprey, discard 2 cards, and then we swing in for 3 hits of lifelink. So, this card has a lot of text, much like Questing Beast. Don't read it. Just let... What? What? Really? Oh, I see. I see. You can cast 2 Agonizing Remorses on me, and I take it. But the second you have to discard 2 cards, you can't handle that? Okay. Okay, dude. Well, this hand doesn't have a red source. But we'll draw one. Just you wait. It's gonna be fine. The deck is perfectly designed to draw exactly what it needs, exactly when it needs to. A pair of mountains and a robber of the rich. Now I remember what I hate about this game. Thank you, opponent. I was starting to wonder. What is it I didn't like about Magic? Oh, then I remembered. Cool. Alright, let's see if they take my mountain here. They get 2 shots at it, or they could cut me to my mountain. They get a Teferi. They get... I don't know what. Well, it was the red source. Down to 12. Fun. Hey, there's that red source. So what are we doing this turn? I guess I'm going to use Thrill this turn. So I have to shock my darn self. Feels bad. I might play my Teferi. That'd be fun. That's fun too. The opponent and I have different definitions of fun, of course. Alright. Drop off this. Count my Storm Herald. Oh yeah, this is going great. This is just awesome magic. Shatter you. Get out. Out, I say. Stop robbing me. I'm not even that rich. It's got a couple rares. Look at all these common auras in my deck. More fun. More fun. Let's see if they're impatient and they stomp me. No, they play Rimrocker. Well, if I don't do this now, I might never do this. Let's start here. Go get the plains. Give away less information about our hand. Play the Storm Herald. Attach the Aspect. Discard something. Light up the stage. Attack now because the Bone Crusher Giant's going to kill this, so we need to gain our life. There we go. Did it. Did the combo. Absolutely crushed them. See how crushed they are? Scorched Spitta. It's a good turn. Play 2 threats, kill my only relevant card. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, give me a wall. Give me an Elspeth Conquers Death. We're gonna bring that card back, darn it. But I need a way to discard this so that it has lifelink. So I need to draw into Thrill of Possibility or Thirst for Meaning in the next turn or 2. Because I'm taking a beating. Teferi. What do you do? It's too bad this just went off. I could use another wall. Alright, so we need to set stops at the beginning of the next turn, because during our draw step, if we draw Thrill, or if we draw Thirst for Meaning, we want to be able to cast it to discard the Lamprey. In the meantime, we play the Teferi. I'm not sure what I'm bouncing yet. Am I bouncing anything? Probably a Scorch Spitter. Then we can play the Blessing. Right here. Target the other Spitter. In case of a Torbrand, Embercleave, this is the better target. Against Torbrand, these are the better targets. I guess we haven't seen an Embercleave yet, and we have seen a Torbrand. And what that means always 100,000,000% of the time is they're going to draw Torbrand again, not Embercleave, because the Shuffler is freaking rigged. Just watch. I'll prove it to you. So we could bounce one of these, or we could plus Teferi here. If the opponent attacks down the Teferi, they're in trouble. And possibly next turn I could bounce the Blessing and play it again. So I'm going to plus.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Yeah, mountain, baby. All right, draw. Yes, that's so perfect. So we cast this before the Elspeth Conquers Death goes off. And we drop off this. Main. Storm Herald. Counter. Get the aspect back so it has lifelink. Attach here. Let's use Teferi to bounce the Blessing.
Time to play that, more like it.
Replay it right here. Shoot the Scorch Spitter because it can block. Attack for 5 life. Yeah, the red mage knows they're done now. Yeah, okay. Sure thing. Has a lot of what we're looking for. Multiple Teferis? How bad could that be? They niced me. Where's my thanks? All right. Fatal Passage, what you doing? Searching for a thingy. Plains. Forest. Season of Growth, oh boy. Auras. Auras can be tough, but we've got Shatter ready to go. Let's set back this card. It's their best card against us for sure.
You'll thank me later. I'll protect you.
Make them play it again. And again. Yep, Season of Growth.
I've got it.
Yeah, let's do it again. It was that or Thirst for Meaning this turn, but the more I make them do this over and over, the better.
No more, don't worry. I got it.
Aspect. Okay. Show our opponent our gross 4-colorness. Aspect's probably not going to be that great against them since they'll have a full hand forever and ever, saying thanks to Season.
I'll protect you.
I guess I could draw into Thrill, which would be a reason to play an untapped land. Let's find out. Make sure that we careful tap. And we'll do it on our opponent's turn in case we have to instant speed Shatter for reasons. Uh-huh. That might be reasons. Reasons. They still get to draw a frickin' card because of Season. Alright. And again.
I've got it.
I guess I could have shocked there, and then I'd be able to Thrill and Shatter. Because we might have to run that turn back. The opponents had no problem hitting land drops. Like, just no problem at all. To the top. So, with the Scry Trigger on the stack, I could have Shattered the Sky. Maybe that would have been worth it. It would have at least kept them from drawing an extra card with Season this turn. Alright, now we are out of that stuff. Let's go ahead and start digging. Hey, We weren't out of that stuff for long. So I can discard the aspect here. Why did I tap the red source? What's the matter with me today? I guess I have another thirst for meaning. It's fine. Which I'd rather play anyway, right? I'll just pay the 2 in case I need to shatter here again for a third Cetessan champion. Oh, we ran him out of critters, you guys. Game on. Alright, drop off this one. We don't have anything to target with that card right now. So, whenever this enters the battlefield, return any number of auras from your graveyard to the battlefield, attached to creatures you control. Exile those auras at the beginning of the next end step. If they would leave the battlefield, exile them instead of putting them anywhere else. So we can't even bounce the aura back to our hand. Wham. Alright, let's go. I'll take the aspect. Forget the blessing for now. Make the opponent drop off 2 cards. They probably have some land that they wouldn't mind discarding. Sentinel's Eyes, sure. Could bounce the season, make them play it again. I think we're well past the point where that matters. Let's just play the Birth. Fetch more planes. Play more tap lands. Plus Teferi. Swing. Just a baby Storm Herald. Not the Apocalypse Storm Herald I'm gunning for. Uh-oh. But they didn't find another creature. Actually, yeah, I should have been happy as soon as I saw that, because it means they didn't find another creature. Trying to think if it's worth it to, like, bounce the Birth. I think we'll just go ahead and use this. Another Thirst. Really looking for an aspect, I think. Make my opponent discard 2 more cards while they're in this state, but it looks like I'm not going to find one. I feel like I should just save this blessing. Look how many lands I have. Pay 2 on this. I could bounce this, make another wall, get another plains. That's not exactly amazing card advantage. But card advantage is card advantage.
Might be a bad idea.
All the planes. I will have all the planes from my deck, thank you. May I draw as the Dream Trawler now that I've found all the planes in my deck. Oh man. Paradise Druid. No! That's a really good one. We're gonna have to wrath that. You can't shoot it with the blessing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on to your butts. This is gonna leave a mark. They're gonna draw a whole new hand. Oh, nice. Double Paradise Druid. Good. We'll get more with that Shatter now. To the bottom. To the top. That's probably a creature of some kind. Oh, okay. Okay, we're definitely shattering. And I don't think I wait for them to target with an aura either. 2 thrills. This can attack. I don't think the opponent will block it. But who knows? If it's going to die anyway, we may as well.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Rawr. Okay, they took the damage. Lucky me. Just do it now. Do it now. All those hexproof threats dead. All right. Who knows? Might draw something to play. Is it my game plan to put these blessings in the graveyard? I'm doing this all wrong. And the opponent did not draw another threat. So there's only a few cards in their whole deck. The Setessan Champion that I can use Elspeth Conquers Death on. So I think we're just running out one out and getting it ticking. We'll definitely keep that. Because we want to be able to get our Herald back and keep attacking, because we have to close this freaking game somehow, or find Dream Trawler. Look at that. Look at that. I am getting clowned. I am getting clowned today. New hand. This so far is my list. If we see a glaring Aegis, it's definitely my list. On time. Right on cue. Right on cue. All right, draw first. Dream Trawler, now we're talking. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 mana short. You're telling me I'm 1 mana short of getting rid of this and playing Dream Trawler? God, that's brutal. Oh well, I still think we have to get rid of this. Now this Hunted Witness is gonna wreck me. Oh. What a world. Alright. This is about to go off. Let's put stops in case we draw a Thrill, or in case we draw a Thirst for Mating, and we can discard the Dream Trawler and get it back for free. We might want to do that, we might not. I still want a Storm Herald, but we might actually need another Teferi, to be honest. Because our Storm Herald doesn't even do too much. Just all this freaking hexproof crap. Yep. 28 cards. Look at them go. Oh, that's a good one. Ugh, that makes Teferi a lot worse. Alright, how many shatters do we have left? I think I spent 2. 3. We've got to find the last shatter. Alright, draw. Okay, double Trawler. That's the game plan. If double Trawler is the plan, I guess I can get this back with the Blessing and get the bounty off the field. So resolve this. Can I beat my own creation? Maybe. Maybe not. Bang and bang. Do I want both? They get exiled. They're not even that good here. Yeah, I guess we do want to force that little bounty thing to sacrifice. So first one will, yeah, we'll just go here and here. So if they use protection from red, Teferi can still bounce this. But Teferi doesn't have enough loyalty. That's too bad. We don't have trample, so it's an easy block right now.
I am not making this up as I go.
So we're going to trawl, and we're going to trawl hard. And I don't think the hexproof matters, because if I think about their deck, there's not much there. But holding these, I don't know if or where that land is going to matter, so I'm just going to do it. On guard. Now is where our opponent plays all that glitters 3 times. and gives this protection from something and somehow ninjas us completely out of the game. They should have scried their whole deck by now. I bet they can almost tell. Bet they can almost see their whole deck. Here it is. Ooh, but they go for the bounty. Okay. They want the lifelinker. How are we going to deal? I'm not sure. The blessing can't do enough. I guess Dream Trawler is going to have to draw something good, but look at Dream Trawler. It's almost lethal, and we're getting back at Teferi. If we get back at Teferi, that draws an extra card. Triggers both Dream Trawlers, then the Dream Trawlers trigger each other. Oh yeah, they can gain life right here. With the fight. That's crucial. Well played. Well played. Up to 18. How are we going to draw that many cards? I guess we can draw into Thirst for Meaning. Well, look how many we've cast. There's still a Thirst for Meaning in the deck, and there's still a Thrill in the deck. And they have 1 mana open to sacrifice this, so targeting it with Teferi won't draw a card. In fact, targeting any of their things with Teferi won't draw a card, which could be a big deal. If I get back the Storm Herald... Oh wait, hold on, let's mark these. If I get back the Storm Herald, right now it doesn't bring anything out of the graveyard. Yeah, this is huge. Can I somehow pull off a huge attack with these Dream Trawlers before the opponent suits up the Life's Bounty, probably with multiple All That Glitters? Aspect of Lamprey. That probably won't do it. So we're getting back to Fairy, right? Okay. Put some loyalty on that boy.
Known for my excellent timing.
What do we do? Like I said, if we target this, they'll sacrifice it, give protection to something else, which I think we have to do. If I put this blessing on, say, a Dream Trawler and deal damage here, they'll probably let that resolve. I don't think there's any way, though, to get this card unless I bounce, say, my own blessing. Is that the play? And then I don't get rid of this? That's not great. All right. Well, let's at least see what they do. Pew. You want to prevent that? I doubt you do. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Now they get another lifelink token, which isn't great either. Playing the Aspect doesn't change much. So I think that what I have to do is target the Life's Bounty with the Teferi Time Raveler, which means the Life Bounty will get sacrificed. But just in case, we'll attack first. Maybe we'll draw another solution. We might also draw into some card draw from our Dream Trawlers as they trigger off each other and draw 2 cards. And pump each other. Shatter. What unfortunate timing for you. Only 17 cards left. Come on, Thirst for Meaning. Come on, Thirst for Meaning. Be good to me. Oh, okay. But I also have this token problem. But we're going to gain a ton of life. It's going to be hard for the opponent to beat me down. All right, Temple of Epiphany. Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Doesn't do much. Alright, so I think we have to try to bounce this.
Do you want me to phase you out of time?
Opponent will sacrifice it so we don't draw the card. Probably. I don't know. Well, they could just return it to their hand. It is a strong card against us and one of their win cons in terms of getting something through unblocked. But yeah, they should sacrifice it. The card is... like, denying me a card is such a big deal. And it's only a 1-mana card, and they have more in their deck. Alright. Aspect over here, I guess. Make them discard 2 cards. It doesn't give a boost, or I would have played it pre-combat. And I bet their land. Just going out there. Throwing that out there. Bet they discard some land. Karametra's Blessing. Paradise Druid. Okay, so they're really looking to get rid of this Teferi because of the Karametra's Blessing, but they still have to survive the Dream Trawlers. Alright, your go. Can you pull it off? You have a lifelinker. A few all that glitters can definitely gain you a lot of life. I wonder if I hadn't killed that Hunted Witness if I'd be in a much better spot right now. That is their last Setessan champion. Yeah, I shouldn't have killed the Hunted Witness so that they didn't have a lifelinker on the board. I think I played okay, but I think that was a mistake. This is a tricky matchup. Uh-huh. So Karametra's Blessing is about to be online when Teferi dies, if the opponent puts an aura on this lifelinker, which I'm sure they will. But they still need to gain enough life to survive the Dream Trawlers. Do we have a disconnect or just a huge decision? It would be terrible to end this game in a disconnect. So the opponent can play Sentinel's Eyes, both of them. They can suit up the soldier. Oh my gosh, they still have 1 timeout after this. Maybe they really are still thinking about all of this. But they've used 3 timeouts on this turn now. Man, I'll be really torn if we lose this game to a disconnect. Because this was an interesting game. Tension. It's now or never. It's now or never. Oh. I see. You're here. You're here. Make a play. Make a play. No. Not like this. Not like this. Oh, I'm torn. I'm so torn. And they're here. They went their whole turn without a play. They forfeited a turn. Oh, that's... It gives me the feels. It has emotions. Like something happened to their computer. Something happened to their client. I have to believe that. I don't think this can't be that salty of a rope. Because they could have done a lot of things that turn. Pump this up, kill the Teferi, draw a million cards. Like, they were so far from out of it. Like, that game was still very much in the balance. So something happened to their hardware, I think. Yeah, these draws weren't particularly great either. Yeah, they probably could have won. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for Dark Artisan. Dark, if you're watching, tell me the story. What happened, dude? And is okay. No red source. For some reason, that seems to happen to me a lot. I think I had 13, which means I should draw one in my opening hand, like, close to 80% of the time, but not the way the arena works, because it's frickin' rigged. All right, runaway Steamkin on 2. Hey, red source. Easy job. That's because my deck is tuned like a boss. So, do we bounce the Steamkin? I think blocking the Steamkin's okay. We could use a Thirst for Meaning here, put the Blessing in the graveyard, then Herald brings it back next turn and kills something. But I actually like the Teferi play a lot, and that's because we might actually be able to play Blessing on the wall next turn.
Isn't a fight you win. Let's try this.
We'll see. Blessing on the wall is actually quite a pain for them. They have a hard time attacking into it. Oh! Oh! No, you don't like that, do you, red deck? Oh, man. Easy win. They didn't even get to see all my cool stuff. Okay. Wow, scoop to Teferi Birth. That blows my... Come on. Come on. What's with the easy scoops today? This should be harder. All right. Well, we'll just carry it right into game 4. Because we have 2 losses. 1 to Teamer Adventures, 1 to Mono Red. Both games. Absolute bloodbaths. Nothing to see there. This deck can't beat Teamer Adventures to save its life. And Mono Red, it turns out when you don't draw a red source, it's pretty tough to beat. But here we go. This is the one, the break-even game. The break-even game. Sure, I'll keep land. If we're against Mono Red again, this hand is similar to the last one. And yeah, that is, of course, the only deck that people play. So it is the deck we will be against. Get me that Plains. Get me that 0-4. And it looks like this red deck's going to be made of tougher stuff. Light up the stage into light up the stage. Looks fun. Do we Teferi here? Teferi bounce Spitter block champion could actually keep the other light up the stage from happening. So I think that's worth taking a shot.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. That's more like it.
Another blessing. Well, maybe this person will live long enough to see blessing on a wall. I bless this wall, or in thy mercy. Blah, blah, blah words. Don't scoop. Don't you do it. You coward. Don't be a coward. Don't scoop because you don't get your light up the stage. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take the frickin' win. Just want some content here, man. All right. It did stop the light up the stage.
Trust me. I have a plan.
Are you ready? Blessing. I bless this wall. Take out the Spitter, because with Torbrand, it's much better to have a Spitter. Yep, we got a reader. When it enters the battlefield, 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker, and +1/+1. It's a 1/5. What the heck you gonna do about it? Okay, well. They had a darn Bone Crusher Giant for Teferi. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. 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 Can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with, oh, I don't know, Defender? Sorry. All right, that was fun. Let's save this for the Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, I get to do it again? Okay, thank you. We will cast this Thrill of Possibility. And let's discard one of these vents. Don't want to flood out. There's an aspect of Lamprey. Okay. Can give this lifelink. Oh my god. There's an Annex. Sure. So there's 2 cards in hand. Should I go after them? Or should I just conquer this death? Right now I have a Teferi to get back, so it makes this pretty clean. Makes this super clean. We did it. We found the deck that bests the mono reds. I did lose a game to them, but I didn't draw a red source, and I had like 3 red cards in my hand. I scooped, I think, on turn 3. But games like this just give me so much hope for the future. Okay, it's not over yet. Annex, he's hardened in the forge after all. So if there's an Embercleave in that hand, we want to knock it out with the aspect. Our opponent can't play it next turn. Let's just play another blessing. Right now this only makes 1 token when it dies. Doesn't even make 2 tokens because its power wasn't enough. And because we just used an Elspeth Conquers Death Chapter 2, they can't play an Embercleave. And even if they could, this would eat them alive. Alright, Robber of the Rich, sure. So now what we want to do is knock out their hand. And then next turn, loyalty, we wrath the board. And life is beautiful. Alright, give this baby lifelink. Shock, shock. Not even an Embercleave? I'm disappointed in you. Alright, do we bounce anything? We could bounce the Satyr. If the opponent attacked with everything and we blocked here, they still wouldn't kill the Teferi. Yeah, but I want the card. Just get rid of you. And see if the opponent wants to throw everything. Throw away one of their creatures to get rid of this Time Raveler. Since we're going to wrath the board anyway. At some point. Ah, no attacks. Cool. Why not? Why the heck not? Come at me. Anytime. I've got a 3/7 wall with 4 auras. Yes! Yes! This is why we Jank Week. This is why we do it. What a way to get that 4th win and the money back guarantee. Well, we don't have a way to put these in the graveyard yet, but we have Teferi and the mana to cast it. That's about as good as it gets for this deck. Oh yeah, a turn 2 play. Gotta be happy when you have one of those. We don't have too many. Paradise Druid. Okie dokes. Why are we lagging? Frozen in time. Cool. Always nice when this happens. Just waiting now for Streamlabs to crash. Are you gonna crash? Streamlabs, my recording software. Oh, my beautiful recording software. Are you crashing? Alright, I'm gonna restart this really quick because my timer is definitely running. Ah, God, no, not like this. Not like this. When things like this happen, it scares me off of entering events at all. Because when this happens on turn 2, you don't have a timeout to use. And I got kicked out of the game entirely. Am I still in the event? Oh, okay. Huh, I didn't get a loss. That's good. I'll keep that in, PSA. I didn't get a loss. Okay. So when that game collapsed on turn 2, they didn't. I didn't forfeit my event for it. That's good to know. That makes me feel kind of better about these things. Oh, this hand is trash. If we drew a blue source, though, actually, if we draw a blue source, this hand is great. Boom. Easy keep. Okay. Well, now we're on the draw with our only play being Shatter on turn 4. Red might kill us before then. Red will kill us before then. Cool. Hey! That's nice. That's nice. All right, spunk your hand. Don't have an Annex. And we'll be fine here. Yep, play your Steamkin. All we need to do is dodge Annex next turn. Come on. No Annex. No Annex. 0 and Nixo. Looking at these common auras in my hand. Like, how could you ever rob me? Clearly I has nothing. Clearly I'm just a broken person. Alright. Yeah, what you got? Don't take my Teferi. Okay, land. Cool. Although it's a red source. Block this because I think they have instants. No, no Embercleave. Cool. Fine with me. Oh, we're lighting the stage. Everything but an Annex. Let's go. Bone Crusher Giant. Cool. How many light up the stages? Gotta love double light up the stage. Is that why people play red? Probably. Ah. They're cowards. They're secret cowards. Let's drop this off. Although I'm more likely to cast the red one at this stage. Kapow! Uh-huh. Yep. Get that card. Get that value. Return of the Steamy Boy. My hand is a long way from good. I need to draw another Shatter, actually, and I didn't do it. So what do I need to draw? I guess I need to shock this and draw Teferi. Even then, I'm probably dead. Alright, Teferi. Teferi can bounce the Bone Crusher Giant, but then they can play both sides of it and I still die. So, this game's over. Unless the opponent forgets to attack my face. In which case, we're one turn off. The Storm Herald was here, but it didn't work out. Curse you! Frickin' mono red. Just when Jank thinks it's getting somewhere, it gets nowhere instead. But I'm really happy about this. This was a good day. This was a good day. And as far as the deck goes, there's actually still a lot of room for customizability. I'm not depressed with that at all. There's a lot you can still do here. For example, if you want to cut back and search for other auras, there aren't a lot of great auras to run. But if you wanted probably what I would call a jankier version of this deck, you could run, say, Angelic Gift and All That Glitters, so that when Angelic Gift comes back, you're drawing cards. All That Glitters gives you a big pump on the Storm Herald. You could go up to 4 Storm Heralds. So that right there is kind of a jankier presence for the deck, but in my opinion, a little bit weaker. And I wanted this mostly for control decks, which didn't show up. Another card you could run is Staggering Insight, which I think is really, honestly, not good enough. It doesn't have an Enters the Battlefield ability. I'd be much happier with Angelic Gift, because you want those enter the battlefield triggers, but I could see running 1 or 2 of these. You could definitely mix up your aura package a bit. Again, Dream Trawler, I thought it was a bit of a need in the deck because spot removal could crush the Storm Herald, and setting it up with Teferi was the best way around that. And Dream Trawler is a good backup, so I don't have a lot of regrets about that. Maybe 13 red sources isn't enough. I don't know. I did have some trouble drawing into them. You could also run Deafening Clarion in this deck. Be even harder on mono red and against mono red. Cut back a few Shatter the Skies, run a few Clarions. You could run counters. You could put a Dovin's Veto in the deck if you wanted to go that route. So yeah, in these Jeskai colors with a Storm Herald shell, there's a lot of possibilities, but I think that what you must keep are Thrill of Possibility, Thirst for Meaning, Storm Herald, Teferi, and then you want an aura package to support the Storm Herald. After that, you can play just about anything. I even had, what is it? Something Reunion. The Gideon and his boys, Heartwarming or something. Yeah, it's Heartwarming Redemption, this card. This was in the deck for a while because you could discard all the auras at once, gain life, and redraw. I mean, it's it's just really blah. But it's another example of what you can do with the deck. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this deck. I hope you enjoyed our 5 days of Jank work week to celebrate 50,000 subs. Another thank you to Legend. If you haven't watched those videos yet, make sure you do. There's some really great stuff in those videos. And another shout out to my backup channel, which produced a video built around Brawl. There's going to be more of those. I've got them in the works on the editing block, so make sure you check out CGB Gaming channel, and you can either search for that on YouTube or remind me. I'll post a link. I often forget to do that as soon as the video goes live, but I usually check on it within a few hours. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for 50,000 subs. I hope you enjoyed Jank work week. It doesn't mean the Jank is done. It just means we're going to spread it out a little bit. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.